Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. We are back again and to bring what is happening in the homeland. And I do thank you for always staying with us and always being there for us. And we cannot disappoint you because we want the best for our homeland and nothing more. Remember, our homeland must be livable and a prosperous homeland, and it must be the final destination and not a departure point, according to Professor Charles Gov.Soludo of the Executive Governor of Anambra State, Nigeria. And when we talk about homeland, we talk about Anambra State and Igbo and Nigeria. And for those that are not familiar with this channel, this is a wonderful channel, and I am the son of the wonderful. And basically, I do urge you to like what we are doing here. Comment, always drop a sweet comment, and remember to share all our videos to your friends. And by sharing it, other people will see them and also push for greater reach for this channel. And what are we going to discuss? I'm still Kodili-nye. Recently, you saw a lot of complaints in Anambra State about electricity, and that's what we're about to talk about. But before we do this, we're going to show you what happened in Ogun State recently. And you can't believe that as we sleep, other people are awake and working. Stay tuned.
I like that. So that tells me now. So the plant itself, you see the installation of the plant. Okay. You have the control. Yes. You see the installation of the control. Yes. Okay. Now the gas compressors in place. In place. Yes. But the piping to connect. The piping to connect. Okay. Okay. And then what else?
These lines already.
Okay. These
are tanks.
Okay.
That one first we take the trial.
Okay.
When that is done.
And the gas pipeline contractor is on site.
On site.
Has started his work. He's saying how many weeks?
3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks. Finish the gas pipeline connection. And when will you finish your diesel tank? When will you finish? Okay, just mount it. I like that. So that tells me now. So the plant itself, you see the installation of the plant. Okay. You have the control. Yes. You see installation.
That's what is happening in Ogun State, Nigeria. While we sleep in Anambra State, concerning electricity. Remember, this is a reaction video, and that's what we're here for. What you saw is the governor of Ogun State, Mr. Abiodun, on the building of phase 1 of 100 megawatts of Ogun State light up project, which would deliver 30 megawatts of electricity to Abeokuta. And this is coming on the back of Anambra State's government sleeping on electricity issue that befallen the state. You might recall that in this channel, we have been the voice crying in the wilderness, talking about the government to basically take serious of the electricity concerns of the people. But up till now, nothing has happened on that issue. And according to recently, the news report of New Chronicles, there was a new report from the New Chronicles about that, where I think 4 days ago, 29th of March, there was a report on the New Chronicles. Let me just find it and bring it to your attention, because we are not here just to say things, but we give you the receipt and we give you what is actually happening, to actually tell you that things are not funny. The New Chronicles of 29th of March 2025 says electricity consumers in Anambra demand unbundling of EEDC. They cite lack of capacity. They are talking about that company completely lack capacity to even provide electricity to Anambra State. That many homes are in darkness. I think is what they are saying is they are even using soft words for that. In Oka, in many places in Anambra State, Onitsha, Onewi area, so many Ekusigo, even Aguata area, many places, the people are struggling to have even 2 hours electricity a day. Some people let me just read the whole thing before we'll because this is a reaction video. Let us read according to what they said here. It says electricity consumers in Anambra State under the auspices of Electricity Consumers Rights Network, ECRN, have called for the unbundling of the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company, EEDC, to accommodate other investors so that the epileptic power supply in the state and the southeast region can become a thing of the past. The group is also drawing the attention of the state governor, Professor Gov.Soludo, to the alleged damage the epileptic power supply in the state is doing to his efforts to transform the state into African Dubai, Taiwan, Silicon Valley. I must stop here before I continue. Soludo says about African Dubai, Taiwan, Silicon Valley. How can you achieve that without electricity, without unbundling the EEDC, without having multiple electric companies and distribution companies? So I don't know how you can achieve that. You cannot maintain a monopoly if in electricity, no matter whatever friendship or whatever happening on the ground, it cannot happen. That's exactly what they are trying to explain. That there can't be African Dubai, Taiwan in Anambra State without electricity. Let me continue. Soludo has several unveiled a robust plan for development of Anambra State, ranging from infrastructural development to economic development, leveraging the power of small and medium-scale enterprises, MSMEX, to stimulate the local economy. At a crucial meeting of electricity consumers from all over the state held in Oka, Anambra State, the electricity consumers regretted that the poor power supply by EEDC is stifling the MSMES, with many of them packing up and leaving the state and the southeast region. According to the convener of the network, Comrade Osita Obi, it is worrisome that the two-thirds of the power transformers in Anambra State are obsolete, while the transmission cables are as old as 60 years old. He regretted that most of the power distribution equipment was provided by the citizens. Yet, the EEDC keep slamming customers with outrageous bills on infrastructure they cannot manage. Let's go back again to what he says there. He said he regretted. Remember who is talking is the chairman, the consumer rights, Comrade Osita Obi, that he regretted that most of the power distribution equipment was provided by citizens in Anambra State. But EEDC keep on hammering the consumers with outrageous bills. So what he's saying is that EEDC doesn't provide a transformer. They don't, if your electricity cables fell down, you in your home or your villages or your layout or estate, provide it for them, and they come. What they say to you, thank you, is to bring outrageous bills, and basically they are not actually providing anything, but they are collecting money from the people. That's exactly. Actually, what they are saying is 100% true, because most of the transformers, you cannot say the EEDC have provided any transformer in any village. I don't know where your village is from, but go to your town, ask them the transformers, who provided those transformers. Even the estate you are living in Anambra State or anywhere in Anibo, who provided that? So you see that it's not even the electric company. Then why are they collecting bills from the people? Beggar believes. I don't understand. Let's continue. Some people have stayed 1 year in the state capital without electricity. Yeah, the bills are still coming. It's really, really bad. In Oka, I've heard about this, and now they are writing it in New Chronicles. The people are saying 1 year, some parts of Oka don't have electricity. Now, this present Oka. So for 1 year, some parts of the Oka is not having even electricity, but they are still receiving bills. That's really a damning report on the Professor Charles Chukwuma government. He must do something. The prof must do something about these things, because there's no point of we sleeping, the government sleeping on things mattering to industrialization, electricity for that matter. It's very, very important that there is no, when the government do the right thing, we praise the government. But at the moment, on electricity, that's one of these areas that is failing, in spite that the electricity is now in concurrent list, meaning that the federal and the state are fully involved in that. It's no longer exclusive list where the federal has the power. Now the state, the governors in the past blame the federal government of mismanagement of electricity. Now it's their turn. Let's see what they are doing. Let's continue. So now, it says some people have stayed 1 year in the state capital, Oka, Anambra State, without electricity, yet the bills are still coming. A neighborhood can stay up to 3 weeks without electricity, and when they want to collect their bills, they will supply electricity for 3 days and it goes off again. I am in Band A and I have power for up to 18 hours, but the electricity hardly rotates my fan. I don't know if you understand what he said. He said they give him electricity for 18 hours. This person is talking about. But the electricity cannot even rotate the fan. The fan, it cannot power the fan. The electricity is so poor that the fan cannot move. That's what he's saying. This is a damning report. In a same country, in a place we have government, the company would have paid dearly for this. But not in Nigeria, not in Anambra State. Let's continue. My finding was that the transformer in my locality has been bad for the past 5 years, he said. 5 years the transformer has been bad, but because the EEDC doesn't provide anything, if you don't provide your transformer, provide what you needed, they're not going to provide it for you, but they will be collecting money from you. That's exactly what he's trying to say. Regretting that the docility of the consumers was what gave birth to the poor treatment they suffer in the hands of the power distribution company. Obi insisted that the meeting is not to crucify EEDC, but to partner with them to see how the state can improve electricity. Some residents in the state, Emma Elekwa, Chibuzo Okoye, Tony Okafo, Emma Rail, Emma Rail. Let's get... Yes. And real. And all share their unpalatable experience in the hands of the EEDC. Some of which include estimated billing, extortion, poor maintenance of power equipment, and non-provision of prepaid meters, among others. Another resident, Titus Moye, queried why creation of National Electricity Regulation Commission (NERC), designed to resolve issues between consumers and the EEDC, sharing his ugly experience with NERC, where they gave a verdict but could not enforce it. NERC is the regulator, supposed to be regulator, but they are not regulating anything because they are being compromised. Nigeria is a country and a place rooted in corruption. There is no structure. Every organization is immersed in corruption. So the NERC is supposed to be the regulator, to go around looking at what the complaints of the people, and pursue it legally and aggressively. But they are not going to do that because maybe the person in charge might have, nobody knows, allegedly, might have collected something. But nobody knows. But nobody knows. And that's why they are they are not doing anything. They're just sleeping while the country is plunged into mess. So let's continue. At the end of the meeting, the group presented a communique in which they demanded immediate attention to the perennial power supply challenges plaguing the states and the Southeast region, calling for the unbundling of the Enugu Electricity Development Company, EEDC, to promote competition, efficiency, and reliability in power supply. According to them, the lack of competition in power supply sector has led up to inefficiencies, unreliable services, and exploitation of customers. The group urged the state governments of the Southeast to regulate partnership with private investors to establish independent power plants to provide alternative sources of power and reduce reliance on EEDC. They further called for the enactment of legislation to regulate electricity billing and ensure transparency and accountability in the power supply sector. The communique further read, "We demand the cessation of EEDC meter manufacturing activity to prevent conflicts of interest. It is totally wrong for EEDC to be manufacturing meters with which they will charge customers. This will lead to manipulation and amount to them being a judge in their own case. If these demands are not met, we may be left with the option of organizing civil disobedience on this matter across the various local government areas." The group further called on the relevant authorities, including the Anambra state government, the National Electricity Regulatory Commission, and the federal government to take immediate action to address these demands. They urge consumers to rise up and assert their rights, demanding better services, transparency, and accountability from the power supply companies. That's basically what needs to be done. But are they going to do it? That's a question. Are they going to do that? So for sure, they are not going to do that because they don't bother. They don't bother. So the ball is now on the court of Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Soludo. So this man has to play a crucial role in this because there's no way he can grow the Anambra economy. He cannot even turn Anambra to African Dubai, Taiwan without getting this mess in the unbundling of EEDC resolved in the State House of Assembly. You can see that there is influences, there are self-interest that is hindering the House of Assembly from doing the right thing. Some people are talking about because the election is coming and as a result of backing from certain people that he cannot do anything on that. So, but the state cannot move without the prof who we are seeing here talking, doing something, because without electricity, there's no way you can grow the economy of the state. So without electricity, he cannot grow the economy. And as an economist, he should know the crucial role electricity plays in any economic development. And there's no way you can allow a company to maintain monopoly. What is killing Nigerian economy is basically the monopoly by some companies over some sectors. You can see that this monopoly has completely done great disservice or damage to the economy of Nigeria. So the state government should do something urgently to curtail this. Soludo must put on his thinking cap so that this cannot continue. And by doing that, he will be able to write his name on gold. And there's no way he can succeed without doing something on the area of unbundling of EEDC, the company that is responsible for this epileptic power supply and the raping of the consumers in the state. Basically, a company normally wake up from slumber if they see rare competition. You saw what is happening in Abia State, although the Abia is still, I will say that they still need a lot of companies in Abia because geometric, if you allow them to maintain monopoly, they will still cause a lot of problem. So the fact is that in the subsequent videos, I will be talking about there are a lot of solutions that they can deploy in Anambra State. But I know that Soludo is also being distracted by this election because, they are under interest. But this is not supposed to be because the state is bleeding, the industries are suffering, and they are uploading their workers because of this. Especially the small-scale industries are really having a really bad experience in Anambra State. That's the truth. I don't want to, paint it. We are here to say exactly that. Remember, kudos to the report of New Chronicle of that 29th of March 2025. Basically, this is what everybody knows in the state, that the government of Anambra State is not actually performing on electricity. You saw the earlier report about the Ogun, and but hopefully that he will change because one of the Soludo's weakness is on also power supply, electricity. That's one of his weakness. So people don't know about this, but that's the truth. There's not much being done on that area. Forget about the extension of those things people are saying, but the real thing is if you don't unbundle EEDC and give other companies license to operate, nothing will happen. We cannot solve the energy needs of the state by maintaining monopoly. That's for sure. No matter the interest, no matter the friendship you might have with the company or the owners, you cannot grow the economy. You cannot even stop insecurity because if there is lesser job in the state, basically nothing happen. And you cannot turn the state into African Dubai, Taiwan if you don't do something urgently on electricity. I don't know what's your own opinion. How is your area faring on electricity in Anambra State and their neighbor and in Nigeria? Go to the comment section, drop what you have been experiencing. There are a lot of cries, many places. I had a cry even in areas around the hometown of the owner of the EEDC in Orifite, in his local government, Ekusigo. Some areas for 3 days have no power, some 1 week, some 2 weeks, and there is estimated bills being supplied to these people there in the local government area of the chairman of EEDC. That's for sure. This is a proven fact. It's not something that we deploy people that bring us report about these things. I know in the headquarters of their local government in Ozobru, there are problem with electricity, massive problem. So that's what is happening. In parts of Onitsha, the same thing is happening. And I will try to, continue this in the next videos. Thank you very much for always coming by to watch our videos. Thank you for your help. Basically, I will speak to you next time. I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. See you in the next one, and God bless you. See you in the next one. Bye.